Hello, everyone. How are you? Especially in the US, Australia too. On the anniversary of September 11, and if you're in the US, the 20th anniversary, so much thoughts and prayers to people. Hi, Beverly. Yes. Yeah, it's Australia lost 10 people. Hi, Cardamancy. Hi, Em. Hi, Kirsten at Uncover the News. Joe G. Beverly S. Debbie Fitzsimmons. Renee Rogers. Sean Muller. Hi. Thank you. That's a lovely, lovely sentiment. Renee Rogers. Hi, Laura Carlson. Yes, it's a day that has been remembered around the world. September 11. We're into the 12th here now, but if I remember rightly, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning on the 12th that we got news of what was happening there, because it was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon over there that the plane started hit, or a little bit before or after, or, you know, late afternoon. I still remember my husband coming upstairs and saying, wake up, you've got to watch this, and yeah. Yeah, so it's a very important day, and it's a day that should never be forgotten. Yeah. 9 a.m. New York time. It must have been, was it? Do I have a cold? No, I don't have a cold. Sorry. Yeah, just a bit sleepy. Yeah. Got to make a few changes about how I look after myself. Hi, Chrissy. Sheila. Oh my goodness, I'm very tired. Well, not that tired. Just yeah, bit of a dramatic day yesterday with a couple of family members, and it's just sort of sometimes the energy from it can just hang over. Yeah, it's 9:08 p.m. here. Yeah. Oh yes, definitely. There's definitely. Sometimes I feel like I do sometimes give myself a good swift kick up the butt and say, come on, you get into bad cycles. So, but I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. I've actually got to start taking vitamins again. I've stopped, not been taking my vitamins, so I think I'll have to get some more, and I'll raid some of my hubbies and start taking some of them. They help in a big way. 1262 new cases. 7 people. Thank you, Uncover the News. Thank you for that. And I've got Victoria's numbers already at the time the planes hit. Okay. I might have been asleep then. I might have been in bed and asleep, but I do remember hubby waking me up. Will Biden's mask mandate make September 18th worse? No, they're already there to cause trouble. Yeah, it's just going to be another reason they use to justify the trouble they cause. So how about we get some questions? But first I'd like to just say a prayer. Universal Spirit, please send blessings and healing energy to all those who were affected by September 11th attacks in 2001, to all the families who lost loved ones, to all of those who have been traumatized by it, and to all those who are still suffering the effects, even many years later. Healing and loving energy to them. Okay. Yes. Shining Path. Yeah, he died. Yeah. Will the GWT and the 3.5 trillion records award of well? Will we get? Okay. The infrastructure bill. Highlander B, Seguin, Sharon Sight, Marsha Miller. That's okay, Sheila. Thank you. And thank you very much to Sheila Inquisitive Tarot for having me on her show the other night. Oh, Trump is stirring the pot again. If he addresses this crowd, they're not going to let him off in any way. Hi, Flora. He was in New York. He did not go to the memorial service, Trump. He went to visit some police officers, and he hinted then in his speech that he would run again. I told her he'd say something about running again. He didn't say it out loud, but he also used his speech to have a go at Biden. Yes, he was. What will he do? Prince Andrew. Hi, Pamela Bryant. Sure. Sharon Sipe, hi. Sagine, hello. Well, let's get stuck into it. Let's have a look at the Prince Andrew situation. He's been served with the papers. They finally got to him to serve the papers. The first thing that went across my mind was he's going to attempt to settle. Oh, good on him. That's good. That was the right thing to do. George Bush called out domestic terrorism at his extremism at his speech at the 9/11 memorial. That is a really good thing to do. Okay. Prince Andrew. Oh, he's definitely feeling out in the cold. He's not. He's being a bit of given a bit of a cold shoulder by the family. And I think he's been told, your problem, you have to sort it out. And I think his mother demanded the truth and got it from him, and that's one of the reasons that he's been told that. Yeah, he has painted himself into a corner. The boundless resources of the royal family, he's rich enough in his own right to fight charges and all that, but he's painted himself into a corner. Talking and negotiations happening here. I do think hi Harley girl. I do think he's going to try and settle. At the base of this, because this is gaining momentum, and if he can settle it quickly, if he can settle out of court quickly, it's going to stop a lot of stuff coming out about him and his behaviour. So he's going to try and settle out of court because he does not want it to go into court. Oh, he's been sued by that young lady he was in the photo with over having sex with her while she was underage. but he is basically forever going to be seen by people as being someone in a position of power who abuse that, and he's going to try and settle out of court, but it's changed people's perception of him forever, and he's forever going to be viewed as someone who's an abuser, basically. And also he'll do whatever it takes to stop anything else coming public, because there's more to this than just this one lady. Okay, so yeah, he doesn't want things coming out, because this is fueling momentum for other people. So he wants to settle it, and as quickly as possible, out of court. Whether that will happen, well, that'll be interesting. Wow, that's interesting. I'm commentating at tonight's boxing match. Oh my goodness. Trump Jr. announces that he has a feeling that Trump will tell the real deal about Area 51 and aliens while commentating. Will he? Let's have a look. Hi, Human Generic. Hi, Clarence. Trump, hey? Will he tell all about aliens and Area 51? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's going to use it to try and steer into calmer waters, diversionary tactics, basically. Yes, I was on Linda G's birthday. I checked in on her birthday party before, and I sent my birthday wishes. I didn't appear on it or anything, just in the comments. Hi, Catherine Cousy. Hi, Em. Yeah, but they'll be keeping an eye on what he says, because he signed the Official Secrets Act. So he might try and hint at some things, but he's got to be careful, because he could be prosecuted if he does come out with something that is the absolute truth. But I don't think people would, because if they could breach of the Official Secrets Act or whatever without saying what that breach was. But yeah. Hi, Tara S. Hi, Renee. Yeah, he's probably going to say something, but he's got to be careful, because he could well be in breach. Hi, Kate Sweet Blue. Thank you. He's gonna. People are starting to. he wants this whole thing to be this whole match to be a celebration about him, not 9/11 or anything. It's ridiculous, the whole boxing match. There are people who are walking away from him. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on with that woman because I don't know much about the details, but apparently it was something about a medical thing or something. I'm not quite sure, so haven't really kept up with that story. He's definitely going to renew efforts to get himself back into the White House. Hi, crazy cat lady, Farley. Yeah, he could say something diversionary. Yeah, he might come out and say something, but he's got to be careful. Thank you, Sagine, again, because if he's not careful, on the hermit on top of the Three of Hearts, Three of Swords, on top of the turbulent journey of the Six of Swords, he got to be careful what he says because he signed an act. He signed things, and it sticks for the rest of your life once you sign that. And if he lets things out, that's very traitorous. But he thinks he's above all that. He doesn't realise those things do matter. Yeah, he'll talk about things. Wouldn't surprise me. Good morning, my darling.
Hey, baby. Oh, that's why she was a bit low.
Oh, thank you.
She was meowing at me, looking very intensely at me.
Oh, she didn't come up on the desk or anything.
Wow.
We could hear. I heard her. I could hear her in the background, but
Sitting in front of me
on the bed,
staring into my eyes. No, I mean really staring intensely into my eyes, meowing as if to say, "Yeah, right, come on." You know.
Yeah, things that have been long hidden in the past. Yeah, look, he could come out and say things, but honestly, I don't know if the government would even go after him for that because they could, by doing that, they would admit that some of it's true. But yeah, but he's heading into more and more dangerous territory. But yeah, or they could just deny it and say, "Hey, look, you know, we told him what the truth was, and he refused to believe it." You know, he could. I just think they'd just let him go and say whatever he wants to say. It's all a diversion anyway. So, yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's okay. Might have been 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Thanks. Okay, Joe G. Footprints. Please read on the DOJ. Is it still infested with Trump loyalists? Are they slowing down the investigations? Oh, let's see. That's a good question. Is the DOJ still infested with Trump loyalists? They're getting cleared out. That went through my mind. People are saying hello, sweetheart. Babe?
Oh, hi. Sorry. Hey, guys. Wherever you are. Oh, that's nice.
Yes, there are still Trump loyalists within the DOJ. And they are. even the second question's answered here with the Two of Wands. Yes, they are still there, and they are still strategizing on how to slow things down. But their time is coming to an end, the end of one journey and the beginning of another, as they are being, their actions are being spoken about. Anonymous. Hi, Deb Zeb. There's still this culture of you don't job on somebody. But the fact of the matter is, this is an interesting, a different interpretation with the Page of Wands for me. Okay, so we've got the two of Wands, which, yes, they're still there and they are still devising strategies. Hey, sweetie, could I get a hot coffee?
Yeah, sure.
But their time is coming to an end. This is going to be resolved. And here, this is normally a whistleblower or somebody who talks about others' actions. But another interpretation, I think you can say, is that their actions speak for themselves. They still believe that he's going to get in, so they're not really hiding what they're doing. Will they be cleared out? You locked it.
Say that. She wanted into the bedroom.
No, Baba.
She didn't want more food. She just hadn't touched that. She wanted her place.
Yeah.
Wanted to snuggle up on our bed or something.
Their past actions are being looked at.
Okay.
There's some anxiety happening.
Yeah, I don't want her on the bed today.
There's some anxiety. Some of them are starting to feel anxious because they can feel like their time there is coming to an end. And yet there is going to be loss. They are going to lose their jobs. In some cases, they might lose their pensions if they're not careful, depending on what can be proven that they did or did not do. Honestly, by continuing and doing what they're doing, they are painting themselves into a corner. Yes, they are starting to feel anxious because I think some of them are getting to the point where they feel like they've either got to own up or leave, or they're going to get investigated. So, and there's going to be quite a lot of offers they don't want, but they might have to take, like redundancy packages or something like that. Well, not redundancy packages, because then they can't. You resign, or you go to jail and you lose all your benefits. So yes, there are still some there. Yes, he's floating in it, and he is. A cache of airsoft guns near National Mall prompt big response. What are airsoft guns? I'm sorry. What's that? Air guns or pellet guns or what? I'm not familiar with what those are. That's all. Oh. I'm not going to read on any actions or any trouble that might erupt next week. Not today. CO2 cartridge pellet guns. Oh, they hurt you out. Donald Trump was invited to the 9/11 memorial, but he chose not to go. And that's not Trump not going to the memorial service. Is that going to backfire on him?
Okay, Chris. Where?
Thank you.
Oh, thank
Thank you so much. It's a bit cool this morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice stuff. Not too good.
How is that going to backfire on him with some people? Hi, Harley girl. India and Australia meeting to discuss Afghanistan. Okay. Yes, I will. FBI. Will the FBI? Yes, they will. But we'll have a look at that. First, will it backfire on him not going? Em, I'm not going to have a look at vaccines or anything. It's just, it's just such a mess. Page of Swords. Some people are disappointed in him, but most of them aren't surprised. The Chariot, momentum. Is it going to backfire on him? So here's his action. Momentum. The Hierophant. The Ten of Cups. I do feel there's going to be consequences for him from this. It is going to backfire on him with some people, because there are some things that are beyond party, and 9/11 is one of them. And he used it to further his own agenda. And there are some things you just don't do. So yeah, he's used it to further his own agenda, where he should have used it to yeah, I do feel like it's going to backfire on him. Okay, Australia and India met with regards to Afghanistan, and possibly talks about Pakistan as well. Is it going to hurt? Yep, I do feel like that. Yeah, and one of the reasons nobody showed up at the Kentucky Fairgrounds for that day was because it is 9/11. You don't use 9/11 to further your own political agenda. A meeting between Australia and India. Top ministers from India and Australia have called for international anti-terror efforts in Afghanistan, bolstering mutual security ties and blunting. Yes, very much so. So, yeah, it is an effort to isolate China with regard to their influence, their growing influence, definitely. International anti-terror efforts in Afghanistan, yes, that's certainly true. They feel like Two of Wands, plans and strategies. Have been a bit of a challenge. They feel like they've been sort of left out of that, not really kept in the loop with a lot of things. So they're gathering together and they're saying, hey, look, more's got to be done here. Got to keep an eye on this place, and especially China helping this place. There might be some surprising resolutions coming out of this meeting with the Page of Cups. Knight of Wands. There's a saying that where Australia goes, most others follow, and that in some things is definitely the truth. And I think this might be one of those instances where Australia is, it can also be the my way or the highway card. You've got to follow. You've got to listen and you've got to follow. And I think that's justified there. Page of Wands. Actions. Yeah, I do feel it's definitely going to lead to more meetings and more efforts and more talking together about actions that can be taken. So I do feel there is going to be some definite movement coming out of those meetings with India and Australia. Queen of Cups. She's just taken the lid off the cup here, and they've taken the lid off something here that needs to be addressed. What's underneath that? Five of Swords, yes. They know that it's an opportunity for China to take advantage of and abuse those areas around them. Will Victoria follow suit with the opening fights? Yeah, I think they will. Just a quick one card on that question, Em, about Victoria following Northern Territory in South Australia. Yeah. 9/11 is a global tragedy. People from all countries, from over 300 countries, were killed in that attack. So yes, it is a global event. We respect it here in Australia. Definitely on thoughts and commemorated here as well. Signs and cause for. I think, will the Supreme Court have to step in? With those audits. 3 of Pentacles, yes. Ace of Swords, yes. Knight of Pentacles, yes. But they're taking their friggin' time. There's going to have to be a decision made about these audits, that they cannot go ahead, that it's just Will any further audits be blocked in the courts? Will any further audits be blocked in the courts? Voting of the 2020 election be blocked in the courts? Oh, that's great news, Joji. Will any further audit attempts be blocked in courts? 9 of Pentacles, that's a yes. Ace of Swords again. The truth is there. The truth is for plain for all to see. 4 of Wands, yes. 10 of Pentacles. 8 of Cups, yes. The truth is there for everyone to see. It's time to walk away from those, to move on. Time to move on. I asked, will any further audits be blocked in the courts? And I'm getting a big yes. The 10 of Pentacles, this is and legacy. It's things are as they are, but this is people trying to abuse the election process as well. People in positions of power, and if they're not stopped, it's going to leave a very nasty legacy. 4 of Wands. It's time to bring it home. And accept things and close the books on them. There's going to be a change taking place with these audits, in calling for these audits, with the Wheel of Fortune there. 5 of Swords. It is basically, it is an abuse. Again, thinking back to the 9 of Pentacles, it is an abuse. People in position of power, they know there is nothing wrong. They know. They're using it as a strategy to gear up for the 2022 elections, because they know that their chances of winning fairly are not very good. 3 of Wands. There will be consequences. The Empress. It is time to move on, because the American people deserve better. This represents their votes, the abundance. They can call in their audits all they want, but they won't find anything different. And it's about time that people moved on and a stop was put to these, because they cost money. All the auditing machines, everything in Arizona, was it Maricopa County, for the county where that audit was done for, they've all had to be replaced. It's cost millions of dollars. It's time for it to stop. And I do feel like the courts are going to have to put a stop to it and say no. They're going to have to introduce laws with regards to that. One recount, and it has to be called within and it has to be done before New Year's Eve. That's it. No audits, no anything. Who's been travelling around the country? Will the Department of Justice Missouri State Representative Tony Lavasco suggested the statue of President Abraham Lincoln at the Lincoln Memorial should be removed. The guy founded the Republican Party. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, I know. What a jerk thing. Oh dear. Now, questions, guys. I'm gonna run through the thing just in case I missed a question. California might be a good move for you, Clarence. Absolutely. For 105 years, the Supreme Court has made clear that vaccine mandates are permissible to fight deadly diseases. Public health warrants government action. That much is clear. Yep. Hi, Fern Robin Blank. Oops. Hi, Mims. Please read on how springtime of 2022 will feel in general for us. Okay, in the US. Okay, spring in the US. What will be the general feeling by then? Spring in the US in 2022. I feel like Texas might be coming out of a, but there's still going to be a feeling of being let down or being left out in the cold. No warmth. It's goodness me. I've got some notes somewhere. I've got the five of coins, but it's not necessarily what people think. There's going to be still some issues, but there's going to be a lot of compassionate leadership. The compassionate leadership is still going to be there. The five of coins, Mims, I've got. This person, he's surrounded by rocky terrain and he feels like he's been pushed out of the warmth and the comfort and pushed out into the rocky terrain. Ace of Pentacles. The challenge is going to be finding opportunities. And resources to help people. Oh, okay. With the Ace of Pentacles. Now I've got the Seven of Pentacles. So the advice is going to be assessment. There's going to be assessment in what is going to be able to be there to help people. The next few months is going to be quite tough on people, on a lot of people. Four of Cups. It's going to be like people are coming out and they're going to be feeling quite apathetic, like a leftover, like a long, cold winter. It's like they're going to feel like they're coming out of a long, cold winter. That's all around this person, that's barren, and even the building in the background, which could signify safety and security, is just monolithic. Like there might be a door there, but is there anything further than that? So every, you know, so people are gonna, and they're going to be coming out of that. And there's going to be some assessment. Four of Cups. There's going to be a real feeling of we just can't do this anymore. I just had enough. You know, it's like, why are we even bothering? It's going to be tough on a lot of people, and they're going to come into spring feeling that. But then there's the 10 of Wands, and they're going to be feeling like, okay, it's been a really hard struggle, but we've gotten through. Now, this card's got the golden fleece. But the good thing about the 10 of Wands, it can also signify success after a long struggle. And this, you know, this person, he's standing there and there's the golden fleeces in front of him. So there's going to be better times in front. Winter's going to be hard, and people are going to be coming out of winter feeling a lot of things and feeling like they've struggled for a long time. But the success is there in front of him. The 5 of Cups. Got my notes. But don't just give up. The success is there in front of you. And if you reach out, you know, it might feel like there's been a lot of losses, but there's still a cup here. Don't dwell on how hard the previous months had been in a lot of areas. Reach out to each other, and because the success, it'll been a long struggle, but success will be there in front of you with the golden fleece. Can reach out. It's time to reach out. Don't worry about what was lost over the next few months. There's still resources there. So yeah, there's going to be a feeling of apathy, and things will start really gaining momentum for the better. A victorious momentum will start happening during the spring. So the spring is going to be like, you got through it. Yes, you're tired. Yes, you just, you know, there's a feeling of apathy over the winter months, you know, and you feel like it's been a struggle to get there. But assess what you have. You'll see the opportunities, and you will be able to move forward and gain momentum. Biden's going to be there to help. Biden is going to be there for help. So things, it might seem like a really tough few months ahead, but by the time spring comes around, there's going to be new hope. Okay, there'll be stability, restoration of stability, and a momentum towards a better future. High momentum. Yeah, so you've still got to get through winter, but you'll get there. And I do feel that people will be able to feel like, okay, they've got to move forward and realize that they still have stuff to do. It's time to move forward, and you can't look back. So the rewards are there in front of them, and things are really going to start. The momentum is really going to start speeding up towards the midterms as well. But it's going to be better. But you really have to take that effort and move forward. And it might seem like you were offered nothing but heartache. Whitby, during the previous months, but that's not true. Don't let apathy win, even though you might be feeling apathetic by the end of it. Don't let that win. There's going to be a lot of time for reflection. Yeah. Whitby, stop that. I'm just going to open the back door so Whitby can feel part of things. Go with God, Crispy. Come here, Whitby. Would you like a treat? Would you like Mummy? Come here. Come here. Come here, Whit. Come here, Whitby. Up, Whitby. Up here. Up. No. Whitby. Whitby. Get back here. Whitby. That is not yours. Come here. You want this? Come here. Cheeky little devil. Oh, sorry guys, sometimes they can be extra demanding. If he starts up again, I'll get James to look after him. Any Republican states oh, that's interesting. Well, that would at least have an interesting effect, wouldn't it? Any states planning to leave the Union? Any Republican states planning to leave the Union? What is he up to? Oh, he wants attention. Any Republican states planning to leave the Union? Queen of Pentacles. Four of Swords, withdrawal. Judgment. I think it's been tossed around a bit, but it's like, wake up and smell the roses. That's a stupid thing to do. So while there might be some people saying, oh, yeah, we should do it, they know that there'd be a lot lost to them if they did. Queen of Wands. Seven of Wands, the boundaries, standing boundaries, re-establishing boundaries. Knight of Wands. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me. A Tower. Seven of Swords. Sneaking off. No, I do feel that but there could be shades of an older time. Unfortunately, this could be like this. I do not feel there's going to be a new civil war, but I do feel there are going to be a big change or an event that's really going to some people want to do this and boundaries, and some people do want to withdraw. They've never wanted to be part of it because they've never trusted. Does Mike Flynn have more legal trouble coming his way? I'll have a look at that, Harley girl. Yeah. There have been weaknesses to the foundation of the union, and those weaknesses are, there have been attempts to undermine it for a long time, but it's inherent weaknesses in the formation of the union itself that has caused it's not all going to fall in a heap. It's not all going to fall in a heap. But the process of undermining has had some change. It's had caused some changes. This is years and years and years in the making. And it's also had outside help. You know, especially since Putin came into power. Wake up and smell the roses. It's united we stand. You know, this is the way we go. We fight together, or we fall together, basically. We've got two sevens. We've got the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords. True love. That's interesting. Defending those boundaries against those who would undermine it. Love of the country, love of the union is more in, there's a lot more to there than it feels, than people would think. Gossip, rivalry and backstabbing with two queens. That sounds about right, doesn't it? Gossip and rivalry and backstabbing. Rivalry between the states. All sorts of things. But yeah, people are going to wake up and they are going to say, we stand together, or we, you know, they do not want a repeat of the past, of a civil war, basically, where the union is torn apart. There has definitely been stresses on it. There has definitely been undermining. I'm going to get a deck to clarify what's this tower about. I'm going to isolate this tower. Backstabbing, and it's with the two queens, gossiping, the backstabbing. That's undermined. But has it... Oh, Bondi Beach is under lockdown. Yeah, well, okay. Oh, yeah, where'd that card go? Oopsie daisy. No, apologies. There, when I moved my chair to cut, the wheel rolled over the card. The card flew out. Six of Rods, Six of Wands. A message, a victory over destruction. So that's good. Messenger, an emissary for the leader. What's on the bottom? Knight of Cups. False promises, false knights have added to this problem. Eight of Cups. It is time to move forward and stop looking back. King of Cups, Biden. Biden is the person who will... There may be a tower moment. But there will be victory over it. This is within the United States with the union. People will be able to move on, and Biden will be there to guide them. Good night, Mims. What is Trump's current bad karma bill? Interesting. I can have a look at that. Might swap decks over. Oh, 171, the Canadian election. Will Trudeau win? Will Trudeau's party win? He's here for a reason. He's the person who can bring the country together that's been on the verge of falling apart for actually quite a long time. 9 of Swords, anxiety, Page of Wands, action, 7 of Swords. Oh, there's Ace of Pentacles, Justice, 5 of Swords. Oh, 8 of Swords. You know what? Trudeau might lose. If he does win it, will he win? 4 of Swords. There's a big maybe element here. But there's a lot of negative cards here for him as well. Look, I do feel that he might win in the end, but it's going to be close. He'll get a majority government. He'll be able to rule in his right, but in his own right, but his party. But it's going to be a bit of a okay. Trump's bad karma bill. Hi, Gail Champion. Whitby. Four of Cups. Ooh, an offer he does not want. The Empress. He's challenged the American people. His challenge has always been, and why? Because he challenged the will of the American people in the worst possible way. The Hermit. This is definitely stuff coming out traitorous. To me, the staff can often be, and the staff has often been associated with a vagabond. So that's, you know, there's a reverse meaning often associated with the hermit of the traitor, the vagabond, the traitor, the person who will do anything to advance their own means, even if it means hurting and betraying others. And that is Trump. Be ready to be outed. Whitby! 6 of rods. Yeah. He traitorous attempt to gain victory over withdrawal. He's going to have to withdraw with the 4 of swords. It's going to be a very rough journey for him. He should have restrained. He should have shown good judgment and restraint. He should not have tried to create an imbalance. The question is, why of this 4 of swords and this tough journey? Because he tried to upset the balance. He exhibited king-like behavior without the office, in an office that is not about kings, but about the trust of the people. Loss. Time for him to move on, stop pouring over milk. And I do think he's going to be forced to. What's the hermit? King of swords. Prosecution. 7 of pentacles. Reap what you sow. And you sowed a bad harvest. 5 of rods. Conflict. You just wanted conflict. It's building and building and building. He's going to be shown for what he is. There are still going to be people who won't believe it, who will always believe that he was in the right and he was cheated. You cannot do anything for those people. You cannot do anything for those people. Thank you, Em. But he did betray the American people. And that karma is going to suffer. And as a result, there will be a long dark night of the soul for him. Whitby, be a good little boy. Come on. No. Got your attention, did he? Hi, Julie Johnson. Welcome. It's lovely to see a new name.
Not very good. Attention. I know.
Hello to everyone who's watching who's not in the chat. Thank you for joining. I know I normally say hello earlier. And hello to everyone who chooses later on to watch my videos. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your support.
Yeah.
Night, Pamela Bryant. Hi, crazy cat lady Farley. Yes, Whitby does love his dad. Hi, Twaina. How are you? Isn't a recall election today? Or well, on Sunday the 10th? So what's like Sunday is Newsom going to win the recall. Or is it the 14th? Will Newsom win the California? Problem is, I don't have faith in polls. Will Newsom win the recall election? The Magician, the Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor. Yes, yes, I do feel he will. And then, yeah, King of Cups. And he's also got the Emperor. So he had the Magician, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Emperor. On top of the Magician was the King of Cups. Return to stability. Ace of Rods on top of the Eight of Pentacles. Hard work is going to lead to new growth and new prosperity. The Emperor. On top of that is the Queen of Rods. The rule of law. And is going to be backed by intuition. A Tower. Queen of Swords. Some people being called for. Seven of Rods, defender of the boundary. There is going to be an attempt, of course, to undermine it. But, you know, will he win in a landslide? Let's have a look. Five of Rods. Judgment. Yes, I do feel that actually it's going to be pretty definitive. It is going to bring about a change. He is going to stand. He is going to stand, and the boundaries are going to stand. There's definitely going to be a big shake-up. There's going to be a big shake-up. Or someone may attempt to undermine it, but it's all going to stand. Yeah. Yeah, so they will say no, yeah. They're not going to recall him. He will win it. I think he'll survive. Will Trump spend at least one day in jail? Interesting. Yes, Laura Carlson, you have a question? Eight of Cups. Six of Swords. High Priestess. He's going to try to not. He's going to try to walk away from it all. But, yeah, there's a couple of maybe cards here. King of Pentacles. Yeah, he might spend a day in jail. Overwhelming emotion. Queen of Cups. It would be like letting the greedy merchant having consequences. There's a possibility he'll spend a wee time in jail, but you know what? There's separate Representative Stephanie Murphy from Florida. I don't know who she is, but why is she voting no to the infrastructure bill? Wow, interesting question. Stephanie Murphy, why is she voting no to Biden's? She's made a deal. She's trying to put on a show of strength. I don't know what party she's from. Democrat. I think she might be up against a really strong Republican candidate in the next election, so she wants to try and ensure victory. And I think she feels like they can afford someone to vote against it. They've got enough votes to ensure it goes through. So she's, yeah, it's all about her wanting to win again in a Republican stronghold. Moon. And also she may have, yeah, made some deals. There's a few secrets going on with her. Somebody asked me earlier. So, yeah, definitely momentum. She's trying to build up a case so she can be strong and she doesn't always follow the party line and stuff like that. So she wants to be re-elected next year, basically. That's what's at the base of it. And she's in a pretty strong Republican district, I think. I'm not quite sure. She made a statement that she felt the bill was rushed. Actually, there could be a bit of that too with the momentum card that came out. But yeah, but honestly, it's more about keeping Republicans in her district happy. Now, somebody asked me ages ago, will the DOJ find out who the bomber was, the pipe bomber was from 6/11? Are they getting closer to it? Six of rods. That's a yes. Four of rods. Closer to home. The devil. Fool. Yes. They are getting closer to finding out who it was. Seven of Swords. They think they're going to get away with it. They think they're going to get away with it. With the Seven of Swords. We've got the Star on top of the Four of Rods. Close, getting closer. I think they do know. But this person definitely thinks they're going to get away with it, that they won't be found out. Biden, Knight of Cups. The Lovers, they made a deal. Yeah, I do think they'll find the person. I do think they are going to get the person. Was it a member of Congress? It's going to be very surprising news. I've got no, yes, and yes. If it wasn't a member of Congress, it's somebody who had the support of a member of Congress who had full knowledge. So there is a member of Congress. Whether they actually put the bomb there, I've read on this before, and there's definitely somebody who had knowledge and even supported it. I don't think they snubbed him. He snubbed them. He was invited to the memorial and the service and everything, and he didn't go. No, I don't think she placed the bomb. She may have been involved in it, but I don't think she placed it. Yeah, it could be possibly somebody in the public eye. I'm just having a look at the news feed. Okay. Thank you, Eddie Smith. Whitby, come on, be a good boy. How about an energy reading for the US? Okay, for the week ahead. I can do that. Okay, so an energy reading for the week ahead. What's the energy going to be like? Oh, what? 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 You're trying to on the dog a bit, aren't you? Hey? That's you? That's sneaky little bugger. Yes, you are. You're cheeky, aren't you? Oh, heavens, yes.
Last night, the food bowl was full of food and treats. And I was like, attention.
Talk about, oh.
You're bothering Mum, are you? I thought he was starving, that he was in pain or something.
No,
No,
no.
just got a bit of attention. I can tell when he really puts it on. Yeah.
Cheeky little.
Yeah, you're all part of the action.
Yeah. Have a look at the lights here, Kara. So somebody asked for the energy on Canada, the US, and Australia for the week ahead. So we might have a look at that. Oh, not that we're not that our animals rule our lives or anything, yeah, but they do.
You're going to behave like a puppy, you're going to be treated like one. Yeah.
Oh, God. You are a lost cause. You really are.
He just wants attention.
Of course he does.
Just pats. Lots of attention, lots of treats. He's hoovering the cat treats. It's really quite sad. The dog with another cat.
Okay, energy. About an energy reading for the week ahead. You are USA, Australia, and Canada. Absolutely, Joji. Let's have a look. An energy reading for the USA for the week ahead. Okay. King of Pentacles. Stability. Resources. Yes. There's gonna be a little bit of return to stability in some areas. This could be to do with the California recall, but also it's going to be like looking at I like this dude. He's in a beanbag, and there's going to be a little bit of a feeling of stability and protection. And I think it might be an opportunity for people in the US to take a bit of a deep breath and just relax for a little bit. The Lovers, new commitments being made, reaffirmations for a lot of people of relationships around there. It's going to be, for some reason, I think 9/11 is there's going to be a having that show of leadership, of real leadership, with Biden and Obama and Bush there, and their speeches. That's sort of going to have a bit of a.
One of those apples we bought yesterday. All the way through. Rotten. Oh, sorry. That's gross. Sorry. How to piss off your wife. What? Yeah, sorry, off you go.
I'd tell you to get thee to a nunnery, but I wouldn't be able to trust you with all those young girls. Oh, no, hang on.
Sorry for the interruption. That was disgusting.
I saw the old ones.
Chris?
Hey?
That's disgusting. They're all new apples.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. He'd be trustworthy around younger women.
Oh, God. It's terrible.
Wouldn't you?
Huh? Sorry about that.
Go away.
You showed much restraint there.
So this leadership, this show of leadership, it's the energy of the week in the US is going to be, it's going to be about renewing commitments to each other, to families and things like that. Yeah, it is an energy of renewal of relationship, but there's also going to be a little bit of a restless energy around later in the week as people plans for some disruption next Saturday. Seven of Cups. As the week goes on, there's going to be like a bit of confusion.
Oh, that's not bad.
And there's going to be like, attempts to gaslight and divert some people away from something. Snakes and ladders. This is interesting because it does have a representation here of snakes and ladders, with the snake here, with ladders. Some people are going to feel like they're being twirled around a bit in some parts of the country. Oh, Thursday, heartbreak, Three of Swords. But also Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is going to be, there could be some not very good news. Friday, King of Cups, a return. Here's that leadership again. Emotional. There could be something emotional happening later this week that could be heartbreaking for a lot of people. But again, there's going to be stability in. Biden's going to step up and do what he always does, which is calm. Eight of Cups. There's going to be a feeling like on the Saturday of it's time to move on. Like that's going to start sinking into people's heads. Move towards a new. It's going to be an interesting mix. It's going to be like a week of people fulfilling things, reaffirming things, feeling stability and comfort. Beanbags are very comfortable. Stability and comfort, and then reaffirming of relationships. And then there's going to be some restlessness happening, a bit of a confusing time. And out of that, there could be some trouble, or possibly an urge to move on. What's the wheel? There's going to be a change. Something that was always bound to happen, given what's been happening. But Biden is going to be there to reaffirm his deal and his contract with the American people is to be there and moving on with strength and courage. The energy in it's like going from comforting to each other and reaffirming relationships to some restlessness and then some confusion. And what did you expect to happen? You know, what did you expect to happen? Could you really expect anything different than this? With what has, you know, other people have been doing in this country, and Biden's there to, you know, say, look, we can get through this together, and we will. We can move on and find new strength and courage together. Yeah, the latter half of the week, Oh, 2:15 to 3:15 for the groceries, darling.
Oh,
Hi, Judith Gash. We are doing well.
I'm still there. Still there.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to read Canada now. I'm going to use a different deck for each country, okay? So it's going to be an interesting week, the energy of the US. Canada, the energy for the next week, Canada. Justice. The Sunday. I'm going from Sunday on. Justice. It's going to be a feeling of things are happening as they should be. Purple road there, there's colours of the peacock, balance. I think this is people looking, they're looking towards the election, which is what, on the 20th? There's a feeling of looking forward. Yes, and the balance is happening. Yeah, with early voting and things like that. Yeah. So it's like this is the time where a time of justification of actions in the results of the election. Monday, King of Cups. But this is emotional stability. There's going to be it's not calming the waters, this king. But it's prosperity. It's going to be a bit of a turbulent start to the week on the Monday. Tuesday, the Fool. Huge leap of faith. This is a great Fool card because this person is taking off, jumping over the ravine with the waterfall and the dogs next to him and the loyalty and the faith that people have been putting into the candidates and all that is going to start. I think that's when there's going to be a big surge in early voting or whatever. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, it's going to be a bit of a crossroads day, a bit of a... Things are going to start showing one way or another where the election could possibly be heading to. And it's very much the energy is about the election of the government. Thursday, support and some celebration. But there could also be a show of support for, you know, the US. So I'll do a clarifier on that. 6 of Cups. Harking back to an earlier time. 3 of Pentacles. There's a big element of faith happening. And people are going to start seeing the results of early voting. It's interesting here. They've got poppies. This person is sitting in a field, cobwebs flying in the wind, but the poppies of remembrance are there. And the 3 of Pentacles, working with others. There's going to be a feel of working with others. 6 of Cups. We've got the 3 of Cups on the Thursday, support and the working with others and harking back to an earlier time. What is going on with that? What's on the bottom? 6 of Wands. Messages. A march towards victory. Page of Pentacles. Restless. There's that restless energy, but it's feeling a bit a difficult passage. On top of the 3 of Pentacles, working with others to get through a difficult passage, transition into calmer waters. 6 of Cups. The universe. That's a resolution. This is a very being swamped by cold. I don't know. Hi, Rondell Fredgate. The Emperor. Stability. End of one journey, start of another. Harking back to a past time where things, the way the things were felt was ended and another way of thinking took over, sort of a cycle, harking back to a new cycle. Overall, there's some hopeful energy, but there's also going to be some restlessness and maybe harking back to an earlier time and some need for support and the rule of law. It's the election's going to bring up a lot of energy. And then there's going to be a sort of a crossroads. It's going to be restless. It's going to bring, there's going to be another cycle for Canada coming in towards the end, something that harks back to an earlier time. But also the need to work with others to help provide safe passage, I suppose you'd call it, with the Six of Swords, to a more stable time, and to a real need to show some leadership, because it's going to be the start of another journey for the country. Interesting. Now, Australia, the energy for the next week for Australia. What deck? Dreamland Tarot I'll use for that. Yes, if you would like a personal reading, you can email me at footprinttarot@gmail.com. Australia in the next week. Seven of Cups, confusion about choices and things. That's overshadowing things. Today, Three of Swords, heartbreak, suffering. It's the energy for the country. Grief. I think people are still remembering lost ones, loved ones, just remembering 9/11 and those who were lost there. Also, it's still losing people every day. So that energy is there. Monday, new feelings with the Ace of Cups. So we've got Three of Swords, heartbreak, grief, suffering for today. Still frustration too, and feeling like, God, can't we just move on and get on with our lives? Emotions, the Ace of Cups, new feelings, intuition. Blocks, our relationships with others and everything, it's all being blocked. We're like, this girl is trying to reach out, but she can't quite reach the two people there. It's like she's being blocked. Tuesday, Knight of Cups, idealistic. Romance, seduction, false. We just, no, it's like, come on, but if it's too good to be true, no situation is idealistic. There is no such thing as an ideal situation, and it's like we're being offered solutions that aren't going to work. Wednesday, Queen of Cups. Feeling calm and empathy and wisdom coming over us. I just feel like it all seems to be today's thoughts. Let us hold on, let us feel our grief and everything today, and then maybe let go of it and move on, because you know we have things to do. But then we've got 3 cups in a row, the Ace of Cups, new feelings, idealism, seduction, intuition, the Knight of Cups with the idealistic, empathy, wisdom, calm, Queen of Cups. Perhaps there is something that will it's the energy in Australia. Page of Pentacles. You know, every country, all 3 countries has had the Page of Pentacles. Opportunity, willpower, desire, but there's also like if you, this little Cupid is in the water and he's disrupting the calm of the water. So there's that disruption again, and I felt it with all of them. It's disruption. Friday, Knight of Wands, action. Five of Cups on the Saturday, disappointment, loss and grief. Wow. There's definitely something in the second half of the week that's just, I think I might do the UK as well, guys, and then I'll wrap it up from that. So I'm going to do the UK as well. What's the energy for that? A lot of emotional energy in Australia this week. That's strange. I've used a different deck every time, a different deck for each country. Every one of those decks, every one of the readings have come out with that disruptive energy of the Page of Pentacles. Oh, Delta heading your way. Go for the Green Witch Tarot for the UK. So we'll do an energy reading on the UK for this week as well, this coming week. Sunday, today, Lord of the Shadows. That is the Death card, the Transformation card. I don't use this deck very often, so please excuse me while I double check on that. Okay. Yeah, the Lord of the Shadows. Change, moving from shadow into light, finding new meaning in life. Yeah, transformation. Turning point or an improvement. An improvement. What's on the bottom? The Knight of Swords. A bit of a chaotic energy over the week then. Quick moving and chaotic. Four of Challenges tomorrow. Is this all we have? We're tired of this. Show us something new. This might not necessarily be changed for something better. A turning point for improvement, but it's definite. I feel like stagnation is probably one of the things that's to do with that, feeling like nothing's ever going to change. Tuesday, the moon. Things coming to light, hidden. It's like a deep well of things that it's about time they were brought to light. But hidden obstacles too, things that they haven't, not necessarily prepared for, suddenly are going to appear. Suddenly, oh shit, why didn't we see this? Wednesday, Nine of Wands. I'm going to start feeling a little bit embattled there with the Nine of Wands. What do we do? You know, how do we, what tool do we use to combat this? It's going to be a feeling of embattlement. That's Wednesday. Thursday, the City. That's Temperance. Maybe restraint or finding a new balance. Balance and flow between two worlds and consciousness. That's true. Friday, the Four of Pentacles. Feeling of hanging in there, of keeping things close and hanging on to security as much as possible. So there's and also it can also mean insecurity. Ten of Chalices. Families. Emotions for families is definitely I wanted clarification on the Four of Pentacles. Insecurity, and it's like passage through a difficult time. Queen of Pentacles, resources. Stability of families, helping with Ace of Wands, new energy on the Thursday. Why is it embattled? The Witch, the Magician. Now you see it, now you don't. Why is it embattled on a Wednesday? It's like somebody's pulled a rabbit out of their hat out of nowhere. So there's going to be a struggle for balance and new energy that's going to have to attack things, and it's going to lead into a feeling of insecurity and perhaps rough passage. Something that as a nation pulling, I think the 10 of chalices might be pulling together as a nation. Queen of Pentacles. 7 of Wands, new boundaries, setting boundaries, defense. I didn't do, with the Australian cards, I didn't do any clarifiers, but there's definitely something in the second half of the week that very disruptive energy that's going to be felt in a lot of places. Okay, guys, interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the week. The energy. Somebody in the back. In the back alleyway. So look, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for joining me. I will be back in a couple of days, and so please take care, and I will talk to you in a couple of days. And stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy, and stay loving. And yeah, love you all, and I will talk to you in a couple of days. Bye bye.